Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look and a quick review of the Miiego M1. These are in-ear style wireless Bluetooth headphones that sell for 99 bucks on the company's website. On paper, that seems a little pricey. However, these definitely have more of a premium hi-fi quality both in the sound as well as in the fit and finish. First of all, it's sweat and rain proof. It's been nano-coated. Secondly, it features Comply foam tips, which are extremely comfortable and noise isolating for really crystal clear audio here. It's a little bit short of being, let's say, high-res audio that requires the headphones to have a traditional inline style, but for wireless headsets, these sound outstanding. Otherwise, these also are great for the gym because they stay in place quite well, perhaps not quite as secure as the AL3 series by Miiego, but nonetheless they work quite well, and of course the M1 are the newest family member in Miigo's current collection. So you can see that this is what the packaging looks like. This is a unisex model that works for both men and women, and it comes with a carrying case just like the AL3 series. Otherwise, again, the Comply foam tips are using as part of the T series or the T collection, which is ultra noise isolating, also pretty comfortable. As a bit of a refresher, what you do with Comply tips is you squeeze them tight, just like earplugs, and then insert them into your ears, and slowly they will expand to fit the natural curves inside your ears. And that's what provides that comfort in addition to noise isolation. So they don't have to be active noise canceling, they already block out a large percentage of ambient sound. These also feature a built-in microphone, so you can use them to answer phone calls like a Bluetooth headset, and there is a battery indication function on iOS and on Android, which is kind of new. Inside the packaging, there's access to care instructions by Comply. There is the quick start guide that documents the features in full color. This is a custom case that even includes precise cutouts for each of the tips to stay in place, along with your accessories like spare tips, stuff like that. There's also regular silicone tips if you don't want to use the foam padding, and of course there is a micro USB cable for charging. It's fully charged in under 2 hours, and again, roughly 8 hours of continuous audio playback is definitely on the longer side of the spectrum for in-ear style headphones with this type of design. So if we take a quick look at the hardware of these earphones first, what becomes apparent is the Comply tips are pre-installed when you take them out of the packaging. It looks like this. It has a slightly sticky texture, and again, you basically squeeze them shut like this before quickly inserting them into your ears, and they will slowly expand to fit the natural curves of your ears. The build here is actually really interesting. You can see that the wing that sticks onto the outsides of your ears to prevent them from falling loose if you are moving around has this nano kind of drilled design that creates some sweat resistancy and also makes the material a bit more breathable, but it seems to be quite malleable and comfortable as well. The main frame of the earphones are made out of this polycarbonate plastic construction as opposed to aluminum, so they are relatively lightweight, although they feel also quite sturdy, and as a result they can remain in your ears for an extended period of time without having too much stress or discomfort on your ears. There is the Miiego logo, and on the side here you have access to all the dedicated controls. Tapping and holding on the center key here turns it on and enters the pairing mode. After it's paired with your phone, you can tap on it to play or pause your music, answer or reject your phone calls, and also skip tracks, so they're pretty easy to access. On the bottom here, there's access to a flap that covers up the standard micro USB port for charging and power, and there's also the microphone for picking up your voice when you're answering phone calls. So otherwise, a pretty clean design, and the wire that they're using here is a flat ribbon, which means that it prevents tangling, and how this works is you basically wear this on the back of your neck, and then these two obviously go into your ears. So the design has some similarities to the AL3 series, and overall provides a pretty comfortable experience without cluttering you up with too many unnecessary wires. So overall, the ergonomics of the M1 are great. Discussing the sound quality next, I think the M1 are a step up compared to past offerings by Miiego. That includes the AL3 Plus and of course the regular AL3. That's just because the in-ear style nature of these earphones allows more direct sound to pass through into your ear canals, compared to on-ear styles, which they typically came with a foam padding that almost muffled a layer of the sound. So these are cleaner sounding, they're more crisp sounding, and as a whole, they're closer to true audiophile grade hi-fi earphones that I've reviewed in the past. Because they do have Comply foam tips, they are extremely comfortable, especially since they're also quite lightweight. Wearing these for 7 to 8 hours on a continuous go when moving about or sitting on a playing yielded no discomfort at all, and I could enjoy my music without being disturbed by the world around me. The connection range with the phone at around 10 meters was also quite strong, and it had no problems as far as losing connectivity, and the latency with the video being played back if I'm watching a movie is also very minimal, so everything seems to just work as expected when you take it out of the box. Otherwise, there's also a bit of bass in the lower frequencies. I wouldn't say these are bass heavy or bass buds compared to other in-ear style sports headphones I've reviewed in the past. They do come across more prominently, which will be please, of course, listeners of rock music and EDM music. With that being said, traditional over-the-ear style headphones may, of course, deliver more punch just because of a larger driver being incorporated into those. So you definitely notice that here. Overall, the soundstage is reasonably wide. It's clean sounding, it's clear sounding, and if you're listening to voices, they sound quite crisp and realistic. There isn't any distortion or static that I could detect when I turn the volume all the way down and kind of stretch the distance between the phone and the headset. It still remained quite clean with no audible hissing or static in the background. So everything about this, from the mids to the highs, are just very clean sounding, and that's great. Even for listening to voices and podcasts, I really encountered no problems at all. I would say that the Miiego M1 series in-ear style headphones aren't just for sports enthusiasts, even though the fit and comfort is extremely high, and because of the ergonomics of how it's shaped and textured, it makes it a great fit for exercising and jogging around with, even if it's just using these as regular wireless headphones in the car when you're traveling. They make for a great fit just because the sound quality is excellent. One of the best I've tested in quite a long time for in-ear style wireless Bluetooth headsets that offers kind of this design. And of course, battery life at 8 hours is not shabby at all. You can check out more details in our official written review coming out soon, but for now, this has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. This has been a closer look at the Miiego M1, their newest pair of in-ear style wireless headphones with Comply foam tips.